people here at the PMAT. The 10 comes in.
The Fighting Tigers of LSU headed north to take on the Missouri Tigers. We'll have all of the highlights for you coming up inside LSU Gymnastics right now.
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is brought to you each week by Women's Hospital. The best birthday ever is at Women's. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue, and Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way home buyers prefer it. Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is an exclusive presentation of the LSU Sports Television Network.
Oh, yes, it was a fantastic Southeastern Conference gymnastics meet. Tigers and Tigers in Columbia, Missouri. We can't wait to get all the highlights in the next 30 minutes. We're so glad that you're with us here inside LSU Gymnastics, along with head coach Dee Bro. I'm Mike Smith. We come to you as always from the gorgeous lobby here, the Pennington lobby of the LSU Gymnastics Training Center in Baton Rouge. Nothing finer in all of the world. Dee, it's always a joy to get out on the road here in the SEC. The hospitality is always fantastic. We don't get to go to Missouri very often, but here we were in Columbia on Friday night, and it was a very, very competitive meet.
It was a great meet. You know, this is our first of 4 trips that we're going to make to St. Louis. You know, our postseason, we stay in St. Louis with the exception of regionals. So it was nice to be there, but we're going to go back again.
And I'll tell you, you get in and you get out just before the weather, and it caused some havoc this week up there in Missouri. We wish all of those great folks there all the best. But, you know, Dee, speaking of the meet, and we got off right off the bat on the uneven bars on the road meet. Maya Hambrick, that senior leadership that you guys have is just an amazing thing to watch.
She did a great job. You know, the whole meet, she was very composed, but her bar routine it's vintage. Maya Hambrick, you know, great positioning, a lot of amplitude, and she brings it around and sticks the dismount. Big exclamation point at the end of a very good routine.
The uneven bars, a nice way for the LSU Tigers to get moving there in Missouri. Your lineup has been fairly solid throughout most of the season.
Yeah. Well, you know, we feel like consistency is going to win, and we've got to develop our depth. And so it gave us the opportunity to make a couple of changes in lineup. But then, you know, you got to have your 1-2 punch at the end. And Lexi Priestman, I think, really did a beautiful job, hit a beautiful routine for us. You know, 9.875, anytime you're above a 9.85, that's a really good score.
Boy, it is indeed. And the Fighting Tigers, after one rotation, you were shot out of a cannon, and then, you know, you move over to the vault. And that's an area where I know has been a point of emphasis the last couple of weeks for you. And Dee, there were landings stuck galore.
They did a great job. You know, we lost a lot of depth out of that particular event, and we just felt like we've got to begin to stick landings. And Juliana, we put her first, and she came down the runway, and you knew when she hit that horse that it was going to be big, and she just pressed her feet right into the mat and just pressed that landing, no hop, rock solid. A
9.95 start value, and I was just absolutely scratching my head trying to figure out where there was a deduction. A beautiful job by the junior from Waxhaw, North Carolina.
You know, I think some of that's judging the position in the lineup instead of really judging the vault. And you know, we had some great vaults that followed her, but highlighting was Maya Hambrick, a 1.5. She finally, you know, got it up nice and high and settled it down. Here again, feet on the mat and pressed into the landing, locked those thighs, and did a fabulous job with a nice soft landing on a 1.5, which is a big vault.
And then how about Kennedy Edney, the defending national champion on the vault? It was great to see her float so high in the air, and again, bringing it right down into the mat.
It was great, and there was so much amplitude in the vault, and it really did kind of put another exclamation point. You know, you've got to stick landings, and we stuck 3 big landings in this particular meet, and the ones that we didn't stick weren't that bad. So we really felt like that's where we made the most strides, and did it on the road. So, you know, we're excited about that.
Well, our highlights, as always, brought to you by TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue. And Dee, you know, right here on this vault, you know, if we take a look one more time, some of these stuck vaults, again, a point of emphasis. What have you guys been working on in the gym to bring those vaults and get them a little higher up off that horse?
Well, you know, it's the technique. You don't land because you're lucky. You land because your execution, your technique, how you leave the horse, the shape of your body in the air, and keeping your head in line. Once you pull your head forward, you're doomed. You've got to keep your head in line. Head's kind of like the rudder on a boat.
Absolutely. And you could just see those landings, 1, 2, 3, absolutely dropping out of the air. And it was a great opportunity for the Tigers to post a 49-525 vault score against an SEC foe. After this quick timeout, we'll come back and take a look at the second half of LSU and Missouri, and we'll also take a peek down the road at a Sunday matinee coming up in the Maravich Center right after this timeout.
You're a mom the moment you see that second line. And it's time to get ready, because this birthday takes months to plan. Find the doctor who just clicks with you. Make a birth plan that's right for you. Because every woman wants something different, even you and your BFF. And when it's finally time, our doctors and nurses will be by your side as you bring your beautiful baby into this world. The best birthday ever is at Woman's.
Ready, Tim?
Let's do this.
Was that Mike?
That's Harry. The car stopped for me.
And that's automatic emergency braking.
The Nissan Rogue family. Take on today.
Bottom line, they still can't touch you.
I'll take it.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
What's wrong, big guy?
All I wanted was a chance to play today.
You know it's tough, kid, but we've both been in your shoes before.
Yeah, right. You guys are great.
Come on, I have someone you want to meet. You know the only way to become great is to learn from a legend.
Billy Cannon!
Hey, gang, come on in here. We're going to talk some football.
Big day today. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal day in a normal place with normal crawfish prepared 36 ways. Maybe today you'll make that breakthrough. And maybe tonight he'll break through too. Maybe it'll rain. Maybe you'll shine. Or today could just be one of those days. For the unpredictable and the unencumbered, at LSU, maybe counts for a little something extra. Maybe? Absolutely.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way home buyers prefer it.
From the Pennington lobby of the LSU Gymnastics Training Center here in Baton Rouge, you're watching Inside LSU Gymnastics. Along with head coach Dee Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith. Well, Dee Dee, the second half of the meet at Missouri absolutely started like the first half ended. You come out like a ball of fire on the floor exercise. You go for one of the top scores of the season, a 49.65 over on that apparatus, and you start off with a newcomer in the leadoff spot.
You know, we switched our lineup a little bit. We put Sarah Edwards first, and you know, she leads off with a big, beautiful double full, which is an E skill, and we felt like that kind of performance might help us build some bigger scores in the end, and it did. Look what it did. Ashlyn Kirby, 9.85 has been, you know, kind of her plateau, and she goes out, and her performance was better.
It was.
But her amplitude, her double tuck, every skill in the routine was so much better than it had been the week before, and I think the score indicated the quality of the routine.
Ashlyn Kirby, 9.9, and then an opportunity to continue developing some depth here at the midpoint of the season with Christina Desiderio.
You know, we took Lexi Priestman out, and because we really want to kind of pace how often we let her go, but Desiderio started that routine with a beautiful double layout. We need her to get in this lineup. That's a power tumbler. And then we, you know, followed up with Kennedy Edney, and, you know, Kennedy Edney opens up also with an E.
That's right.
Her double Arabian was really good, probably as good as we've seen her do, and that's getting better. You know, a little bit of step there, and it was like, did she go out of bounds? But she did not.
Right.
But her second 2 passes were beautiful. She does a 1.5 twist to a front layout. Her leap combination's getting better and finishes up with a nice solid double tuck. The landing was just spot on. It was beautiful. And, she sets up the end of the lineup. She set up Sarah Finnegan. People in the stands with signs wanting Sarah Finnegan to get a 10. So,
well, one judge did give Sarah Finnegan a 10-0 and
it
recognized it as a perfect performance, 9.975 in the 5th spot in the lineup. That's difficult to do.
Well, and she's just such a beautiful dancer. And, the commentators and, the ESPN, Friday Night Heights, they really love Sarah Finnegan. Her dance moves, her out from finger to toe is just beautiful and elegant in everything she does.
An elite level performance by Sarah Finnegan. But is there anyone in the NCAA that's currently performing floor at the elite level that Maya Hambrick is, Dee Dee? It's unbelievable. It's absolutely beautiful. Her double layout, Jay's constantly saying, we're training this vault so she can twist the second half, but, just the double layout, when you land it like that do you really need to twist it? And then, her middle pass, a 2.5 punch front, and she lands it so solid and just floats in the air. And the leap combination is everything you want it to be, and then she finishes with a beautiful double pike that she just darts to the floor. You can't deny how beautiful and how consistent that routine has been. Again, one judge goes perfect 10, the other 9.95. So the Tigers end with a 9.925 from Edney and then a pair of 9.975s. And before we move to balance beam, let me just ask you very quickly, those last 3 in the lineup, Dee Dee, do you see that really gelling right there with Edney, Finnegan, and Hambrick? I do. We thought we'd put Kennedy last at one point, but it's too long for her to wait. So we, slid her in a little bit earlier in the lineup, and it really works well. It is absolutely working fabulously well, especially there at Missouri. Well, you close out, as the away teams always do in the dual meet, and that's over on the balance beam, Dee Dee. It was an opportunity for Erin McAdeg, who we've raved about, and rightfully so for weeks, 9.9 leadoff score. Well, and compliments to the judges, because, you don't judge the placement, you don't judge where they are in the lineup, and when you watch her do beam, it flows, especially when she is focused and has those blinders on. It's an absolute beautiful routine, first up routine, and we were beginning to feel a little bit of pressure, unnecessary, but they brought a little pressure on themselves, and I felt like the lineup was a beautiful lineup, had every opportunity, but Maya had a little bit of break, and so on down the line, little breaks and then a fall, little breaks, and all of a sudden I felt like the wheels fell off the wagon. However, you get your last person up there, Sarah Finnegan. Wow. Knocks it out of the park and really drove the point home that we're a good beam team. We just, you wait a while. Well, Sarah Finnegan, a homecoming of sorts for her, had lots of fans in the stands and delivered the meat-clinching performance with a 9.9 for the LSU Tigers over the Missouri Tigers. LSU remains perfect at 5-0, 3/4 of the way through the SEC season. 2 meets remain, and we're going to talk more about that after this quick timeout inside LSU Gymnastics.
Youth bat standards have changed, and you might need a new one. So flip your bat at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right now, get 20% off any new bat when you trade in an old one, or get your voucher online at academy.com. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. David specializes in helping first-time home buyers, offering conventional FHA, VA, RD construction, and jumbo loans. David takes the hassle out of getting a home loan while making you feel right at home. Lending the way you like it. Call David today at 921-8152. That's 921-8152. David Alello with Assurance Financial.
So what are you going to do with the speckled trout? That's right. There's just no doubt about it that this is a place where food is created differently from anywhere else in the world, because it just couldn't happen anywhere else. We're a culture made up of so many different people love of ingredients, love of cooking styles, and they all right here. At the end of the day, that's all Baton Rouge.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
Big day today. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal day in a normal place with normal crawfish prepared 36 ways. Maybe today you'll make that breakthrough. And maybe tonight you'll break through too. Maybe it'll rain. Maybe you'll shine. Or today could just be one of those days. For the unpredictable and the unencumbered, at LSU, maybe counts for a little something extra. Maybe? Absolutely.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by TJ Ribs. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue.
Welcome back inside LSU Gymnastics. Well, as we mentioned, the LSU Tigers stand at 5-0 in the SEC, undefeated with 2 meets remaining. We'll step outside of conference play, Dee, here for the next week or so. And having 4 meets in 14 days, there was some strategy behind that. That's not done by mistake.
No, and you want to get your team ready. You want to make them tough. You want to make them the knowledge that, you know, we're ready, we're prepared, we've done 2 days in a row, we know how to do this. And I think that's critically important as we, you know, build towards our postseason, especially with this really, really young team.
Right, and you're trying to get them some experience as to what it's like to go back-to-back in meets. And then, beside that, you're also working the entire village, getting the entire village on your training staff and everybody else accustomed to what it's like.
Well, you know, having the kids interface with the nutritionist, and you know, we do that on a regular, some of the kids weekly meetings, but on a very regular basis with our nutritionist, with our trainer, the person that really monitors their physical well-being. You know, we have a chiropractor that comes in and works with the kids, and our massage therapist comes in, and getting his schedule, the massage schedule, the short massages, the long massages, who does what, and it's a cycle, and we really try to keep the kids in a regular schedule, let alone then their individual fit programs that we have for the individual kids, and then what we do with our strength coach and our post-practice and pre-practice conditioning that goes on. There's just a huge, and practice is not a cookie cutter. Everybody does the same thing. We've got the all-arounders, the Maya Hambricks, Kennedy Edney, Sarah Finnegan, that do every event. We really monitor, and Lexi Priestman, how much are we going to let her do today on vaulting, how much vaulting can she do if she tumbles on the same day. So there's a whole lot of consideration that goes into each individual athlete.
Our Garrett Walbert has more about how the Tigers are going to prepare for 4 meets in 14 days.
The most challenging stretch of the LSU regular season is underway, with the Tigers competing at 4 meets in 14 days, including 3 matchups on the road. The Gymnasts delivered another blowout victory in SEC competition, beating Missouri by more than half a point in Columbia. The Tigers now turn their focus to this weekend's Mardi Gras Invitational in the St. Louis area, followed 2 days later by a home meet with Texas Women's. LSU will travel to Athens, Georgia the following Friday to complete their 4-city gauntlet against the Gym Dogs. The competitions will demand the most from the gymnasts, the support staff, and the coaches, imitating the intense conditions of the Super 6. LSU has scheduled similar dual weekend events in the past, including last season's trip to the Mardi Gras Invitational, followed by a tri-meet in the PMAC versus George Washington and Iowa. In 2014, the Tigers faced Arkansas in Fayetteville on a Friday night and traveled to number 2 Oklahoma for a Sunday showdown with the Sooners. In every one of those meets, LSU scored a 197 or higher and claimed high-profile wins. The Gymnasts know that succeeding during this stretch will pay dividends in the postseason.
I don't think it's anything to be concerned about because you're gonna get a 3-day weekend come nationals, and what we like to do to prepare for that is to always have an inner squad the day before a home meet, and so we know how to handle that situation, and it's just a matter of adding in the environmental aspects with the crowd and the energy. And it's good to have a meet like this because everything we do in regular season is preparation for postseason.
I think the coaches have made a really good plan of kind of using a lot of the people that we have who are ready to go, especially on like the leg events. So I think they're doing a good job of managing everyone and making sure that everybody is able to train and compete the way that they need us to. But I mean, other than that, the game plan's the same. It's just come in, work hard, and hopefully we'll be able to go into the meet and transfer exactly what we do in here into there, and we'll be happy.
After excelling in their dual weekend meets in 2014 and last season, the Tigers advanced to the Super 6 at Nationals and recorded the highest team finishes in school history. LSU now readies for a challenge that could forge another purple and gold championship in the postseason. Reporting for Inside LSU Gymnastics, I'm Garrett Walter.
Bat standards have changed, and you might need a new one. So flip your bat at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right now, get 20% off any new bat when you trade in an old one, or get your voucher online at academy.com. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
Dirt isn't always bad. Like outside dirt, that's not a bad thing. Also, it comes off. Inside dirt, yeah, that's way different. But now there's a more powerful Chevron with Teflon. Yeah. It has even more cleaning power to clean up deposits left by low-quality gas. And cleaning up deposits restores lost gas mileage. It's legit.
Now with more cleaning power, Chevron with Teflon, care for your car.
Nice hat.
Now Contour from Cox gets you right to the strange stuff.
Something's coming. Something hungry for blood.
Noble stuff.
The crown must always win. Show me something dramatic.
And orange stuff. Along with the best stuff on cable, because Netflix is now on Contour.
How awesome is this place?
Just say it.
Black Mirror.
And get right to the fierce, funny, bold, and bingy stuff. Watch it all on Contour from Cox. Netflix.
Teamwork, integrity, victory. You'll find words like these on banners, bulletin boards, and locker room walls all across LSU. At Dudley DeBosier, these same values are how we built our law firm. And those values are also how we represent and treat every one of our clients. We're honored to be chosen as the official injury lawyers of LSU Athletics. And we love serving Tiger Nation. Demand Dudley DeBosier, the official injury lawyers of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
Kennedy, what are y'all doing here so early?
We're here to get some extra work in, Dee Dee.
Yeah, Dee Dee, the season's here.
That's right. We are so fired up. So much pride and tradition. Watch this.
Holy cow! LSU Gymnastics tickets are less than the movies, so make sure to get yours today.
LSU Tigers fans, show your pride with real Tigers gear from the official online store, lsushop.net. You'll find everything a Tigers fan needs, including sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection of products, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Tigers pride, there's only one place real Tigers fans go, lsushop.net.
Our exceptional performer of the week will be Sarah Finnegan, the junior from Lee Summit, Missouri. Dee Dee, a homecoming of sorts for her in Missouri on Friday night in the Hearn Center, and she clinches the meet on balance beam.
You know, we needed somebody to have a really consistent performance after some shaky wins, and you know, nothing seems to bother Sarah Finnegan. And her beam routine was her fourth really great routines in the other apparatuses. So she did a great job. So I would definitely say she was the performer of the night.
A fantastic all-around for Sarah Finnegan, our exceptional performer of the week. Now it's time to look ahead into this coming week. Dee Dee, as always, our look ahead brought to you by our friends at Assurance Financial and David Alello, lending the way home buyers prefer it. It's going to be a twofer, a double-header of sorts. You go back to the state of Missouri for a big meet in St. Charles, Missouri, a suburb of St. Louis, on Friday night against 3 really solid programs. And then you flip it back here for a Sunday matinee. How fun is that going to be?
Yeah, and it's a podium meet. It's a podium meet, so it is going to be fun, and it's another opportunity to get the kids in the environment that they're going to be in at the SEC championships and then at the national championships. So the podium is critically important, and the reason we're able to do this is because Arkansas agreed to come here in early January so they can come with us, because this is our Arkansas weekend. They come with us to the podium meet, and then we have Sunday here at home with a really good Texas team. So, you know, they're going to be in here, and it's our breast cancer and prostate cancer awareness meet. So
we're going to go pink and blue.
LSU goes pink and blue. But, you know, it's an afternoon meet, which is a little bit different on Sunday afternoon. So we really are trying to get, you know, the families, maybe those kids whose parents couldn't get them here. It's a great opportunity to get some tickets and come on out.
A limited number of free general admission tickets are available at lsutix.net. You just need to download the Advocate coupon and then bring it over to the LSU ticket office during business hours this week and redeem it for some great seats in the Maravich Center. We'll get started at 2:15 with our introductions. Those are always a big highlight. And then, of course, First Vault is at 2:30. LSU and Texas Women's in the Maravich Center. You know, Dee Dee, real quick, at the halfway point of the meet, LSU, not only is it 5-0 in the conference, but we lead the conference in attendance as well.
Oh, that's exciting. I didn't know that, Mike. That's great.
And we're actually going to pick it back up with Texas Women's and keep on sailing right on through. Thank you so much for joining us right here, as always, inside LSU Gymnastics. We look forward to bringing you all the highlights and everything else behind the scenes next week. Same time, same station. Have a great week, everyone.
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Dee Bro has been brought to you by Women's Hospital. The best birthday ever is at Women's. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue. And by Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way home buyers prefer it. Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Dee Bro is an exclusive presentation of the LSU Sports Television Network. The LSU Sports Television Network is a division of LSU Sports Properties.
Here at the